Well, if there's one thing I have a lot of, it's scrap wood. And this isn't all of it. Yepers, I'm not gonna have to buy any lumber to make this slide copier. Okay, from all the fooling around I did yesterday with these flashes and with this bracket, I now know that if I put the camera on the bracket, I can adjust it back and forth so that the very end of this bracket is the exact focusing distance for the maximum resolving power that this macro lens will do. So what I want to do is I want to be able to fasten something on the end of this, and it'll have a little hole just slightly bigger than the area of the slide, and I'll be able to snap them one after the other. And well, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, I'm beginning to wonder, have I maybe bitten off more than I can chew? Yeah, that's right. When I started this project yesterday, I'd forgotten just how many slides I'd taken years ago. You know, I've probably used this little square over 1,000 times. It's really handy. And speaking of Dory Lake, my dad got this little square from Paul Hauser. Okay, as you can see, the slide will go in the exact right spot. And what I have to do is make a little slot that the slide can drop into, snap the picture, take it out, put the next slide in, snap the picture, take it out. Well, we'll see how it goes here. You know, sure I'm glad that I hang on to little pieces of scrap like this. Now this, as it happens to be, is just exactly the right thickness to make the place where the slide is going to slide into. And once again, we're using Paul Hauser's speed square. Thank you, Paul. I don't want this to be too tight. I'm not going to be able to get the slides in and out easily. I can always square the images up in Photoshop, because I'm going to have to Photoshop each one individually anyway to get the light adjusted just right. And I can hardly wait to see if this is going to work. You know, I'm actually getting a little bit excited. Well, here we are doing a test run. And I'm using my old video camera here, so if it goes out of focus, well, sorry about that. This light bulb that you see me using here, I'm probably not going to use that for the real thing. I'm probably going to use one of my daylight fluorescent light bulbs. It'll give a much whiter light. Probably take a lot less adjusting in Photoshop. When I was going through all those slides there in video number 1, and I showed you a few of them, there was 2 in particular that I was concerned about. The one was where Dory Lake was breaking up, and I was wondering, will I be able to get that snow to look white? So I worked on that one just a little. And the other one was that dark one when my grandparents were visiting and we were all sort of sitting around the table. So I did that one. Then I came across another one here, Halloween, and the kids are standing there with their costumes on. And I did that one. And I guess that wraps it up for this video. In number 3, which will be probably really short, I'm going to try and figure out how I can get better lighting and illuminate these slides with a more white light. Maybe I'll experiment with sunlight. We'll see what happens tomorrow, if the sun is shining.